Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Balancing It All podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about the Sunday Scaries. And this is something that I have dealt with literally since I was in college. And um, it's something that I've learned to kind of work through and how to create my Sundays so that I don't get the Sunday Scaries going into the next week, and kind of why we get them, and um why Sunday can kind of be one of those days for all of us. And so, first, we want to just talk through like the Sunday scaries. So, what are they? So, like the Sunday scaries are like when you dread that week ahead of you. It's just, your weekend's coming to a close and you're dreading Monday morning, you're dreading the work week, and you're dreading all the things that come into the busyness of the weeks. And so you get that feeling literally early Sunday morning. Like I would always feel that way right as I would wake up on Sunday. And I used to feel that Sundays were stressful and busy instead of relaxing. And so, even when, we would get up and we would get the kids ready and we'd go to church and we'd go out to lunch and, you'd get home and it's 2 o'clock and your whole day is over. And so then it was like I had all these things to do on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and I just didn't want to do them. I was dreading the week ahead and just not really wanting to be motivated to do anything moving like into the work week. And so this is something I dealt with like when I was in undergrad, when I was especially in chiropractic school, when I would come home and then, have to drive back on the weekends. I just really, really dreaded Sunday. And then I'd go into Monday, and Monday would be very, your typical Monday, busy. The week ahead was just kind of not planned. And so it was just flying by the seat of your pants. And so I really learned over the past, I don't know, since June, I think I've really started working through some of this um, mindset of like the weekend is just any other day. And I'll do a whole nother episode about, this concept of the weekends and how you can utilize the weekend to make your life easier. But I want to focus specifically on Sundays because I do feel like the Sunday scaries are a real thing for a lot of people. And so I want to talk through some things that you can do to make Sunday go better and to kind of get rid of a little bit of that Sunday scary and move you forward into your week with just not feeling overwhelmed stepping into your week. And so the biggest thing that I do is I use Sunday as a day to get my week ready for, get the day ready for the week coming ahead. So I use Sunday to basically give myself a day to set myself up for the week. And so I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to say like, "Oh, this is the day where you like spend an hour in the kitchen and you meal prep." Yeah, no. That's you. If you all know me, I don't I'm not a big meal prepper. I'm not a big cook. I don't like to do those things. But there are things that I do on Sunday to set myself up for success through the week. And so, one of the first things that I do, usually I try to do it on Saturday, but sometimes Sunday morning. It just kind of depends on what your weekend structure is like, what your day looks like. But I do encourage you to, if you, are ones that like don't have to go to church on Sunday, you went Saturday, or you're just kind of like me and then a little bit of limbo and not going right now. I encourage you to get up early. And so, we'll talk about this in my morning routines, but getting up early, you have to go to bed early the night before. So I want you to get up early. And the first thing I do is I kind of take inventory of my kitchen. Um, if we're home Saturday night for some reason, I will do this Saturday night. But you can go in and you can look at like, okay, what do I have? What did I write down on my list of groceries as we go through during the week that I ran out of? What do we need to get? And so I go through my, my fridges, my pantry, and I order my groceries. And so if you are a busy, high achieving woman, you should not be going into the physical grocery store. And you should also not be going multiple times to the grocery store during the week. And this is all about being prepared and planning ahead of time. And so that's what I spend the time on Sunday doing because I do not, A, I don't ever go into a grocery store. And B, I don't do more than one grocery pickup per week. So I use that time and I find, what do I need to get? Am I ordering from multiple grocery stores? Because I will do that. I will do a Sam's pickup or a Walmart pickup or a Kroger pickup. Once in a while I'll do an Aldi. Sometimes I'll have to do all three, but I am a huge fan of grocery pickup. Instacart is even better if you live in a big city and you've got, where you have people that will shop and grocery deliver for you. That's even better. I used to do that, but Instacart around here really disappoints me and frustrates me. So I went ahead and just did, and I didn't like all the fees. So right now I'm just doing grocery pickup. But if you have the means to have groceries delivered, I highly suggest you do that because it saves a significant amount of time. You do not need to be wasting your time going through the grocery store. You know what's there. You're more likely to pick up stuff you don't need. So it's a good way to help your budget and it's a good way to just be efficient and order what you need and get what you need for the week. You do have to plan ahead. So, like I said, I don't meal prep, but we make a plan for when are we going to be home this week? When are we going to be home? Who's home? What do we want to have to eat? And so we know that, like, okay, we're doing, turkey tacos one night. We're going to do roasted turkey breasts the next night. We've got football on Friday night. So everybody's just going to kind of eat leftovers. So we know exactly what we're going to be eating every evening for dinner and we plan around that. Everybody pretty much eats the same stuff for breakfast and lunch. So I already know what we're going to need. So I place my grocery order. I do all of that, for the entire week and get what we need and, choose my pickup time, get my groceries ordered to pick up. Now lately I have been doing some like pre-made meal prep that we have in town for my lunches. So I'm really focusing on eating better, trying to have a better, well-rounded lunch, better food choices. I get really tired of eating leftovers, and sometimes there's just only enough for one of us to have leftovers. So I will place an order every week for our individual pre-made meal prep and pick up, whatever we pick. So this week, it was some protein muffins. I got my husband like a little breakfast casserole. There was some enchiladas. There was like a ground beef and rice. Like, yes, I could spend the time on Sunday, like picking those meals. I can make enchiladas. I can do the ground beef and rice. But to me, that's not how I want to spend my time. And I would much rather pay to pick it up and have it ready for me and package where I literally grab the container in the morning and I go. And that has made my like meal prep in my life much better because I feel like I don't have to be that person that is meal prepping on Sunday. I can get a good meal, I can get a nutritious meal, whole foods that I didn't have to do that meal prep work. And I was very, very resistant to meal prep on Sundays because it's not something that I like to do. So for me, this is my solution. I would rather pay more money to have somebody do it for me. And I just go ahead and pick that up when they have a Sunday pickup when I'm out and picking up my groceries. So by the time, my grocery pickup is done, I have all of my meal prep foods and I have what we're going to be eating, for dinner and have the rest of the stuff ready to go for the week. Kind of unpack all the groceries, put them away, and we're ready to go. I always try to get some kind of movement in on Sunday. I used to be the person that like Sundays I would lay on the couch all day and I would be like, it's not a workout day, it's a rest day. But over the past 6 months, I've learned how valuable it is to get in your steps, get in that, it's called NEAT movement, non-exercise activity. thermogenics that helps burn calories. And you can get it by doing your laundry and doing, putting up the groceries. But I do like to go for a walk. It's still pretty nice here in the middle of the day. We're going to be getting into the winter months. And so that's where things get a little tricky. And I have a walking pad this year that I'm going to try to use in the winter. But I'm very big on getting 10,000 steps per day, every day, even on the weekends. And I try to get that movement in on Sundays. But for those of you who are not getting your workouts in during the week, if you are working with me and you're on our, workout programs, you have to be utilizing your weekends to get those workouts in. If you work long days, if you're a nurse, if you work 312s, then you need to get 2 of your workouts in on the weekends. You need to utilize Saturday and Sunday. You've got the time. You need to utilize that to do your workouts on Sunday and make that a priority. If you are getting up to go to church, then you may need to get up earlier and get your workout in, or get it in the afternoon during the kids' nap time. Like, it is something you structure your day just like you do on a regular day. You have a plan, you know what's going to happen during the day. So we've got our movement in, we've got all of our groceries ordered, we know what we're going to eat for the whole week. We're also going to, take a look at our finances. And that's when I get my finances in order for the week. I look at what needs to be paid, what bills are paid, what's coming up in the next week. Kind of discuss with the kids, what do they need coming up? Is there anything we've got to, pay for? And really, I'm very, very old school in the way that, like, I still keep, a check register, and I know money coming in, money coming out. And I do that on Sundays so that, there's no surprises during the week. We know where our money's going. We know what needs to be paid out, and we know, any extra that we have going on. So I always look at our finances on Sundays. I also am big about taking time to sit down and look at your calendar and get your calendar organized for the week. And that's like my personal calendar, any of my personal appointments, anything we've got going on extra with work at the office. I have those in my calendar. They're written down. They are time blocked in. I also sit down with my husband and I say, okay, what do you have going on? When are you going to be home late? When are you not going to be around for dinner? What do you have going on this week that I need to know about? Because you have to be communicating with your spouse and partner. You guys have to be on the same page. Our kids are old enough to drive, but a lot of you have kids that need shuttled rides everywhere. So you need to figure out who's taking them to the sporting activity, who's picking them up, what are you going to do, what am I going to do? You set that out on a Sunday evening. You can do it while you're literally sitting there watching TV. You can look at the week and say, okay, who's got what's going on, and find out who's doing rides so that you're not scrambling at the last minute to figure out who's on pickup duty. If you need to organize carpools, I would get them organized on Sunday for the entire week. The one thing you're not going to do is leave me in the middle of my work day without a carpool and, trying to do something in the middle of my work day to set up rides. I'm not going to do that. We're going to have everything ready and organized ahead of time. And Sunday's the perfect night to do that. So you look at your calendar, you see what's going on, you see what's coming up ahead. I also encourage you to time block your priorities during the week. And things that I mean by that are, get your workouts logged in. Find out the time that you're going to do any self-care. If you have appointments, put those in your calendar so that you have that. It's no excuse. This happens because it's written down and it's there. We'll go over more of that in another episode on daily routines. But I want you to look at your week ahead and kind of determine, okay, Tuesday's a really, really busy day, and that's a day I'm not going to work out. So I'm going to bump my workout from Tuesday and I'm going to do it, Friday, because Friday is a little bit lighter of a day. So whatever you need to do to make sure you're looking at your week and getting your workouts in. If you're like, this is a really insane week and I'm going to get my workouts in Monday, Saturday, Sunday, okay, that's okay. You're not going to have the intention of doing a workout and then your day gets ahead of you and it's really busy and you're like, I didn't get it done. And then you're going to feel defeated. You're like, I already planned around that because I know that day is busy. So those are the days I'm not going to work out. So that's what I want you to do, is look at getting in your own personal commitments on your priorities. Schedule it in, Get it in when you're going to do your workouts, when you're going to do your walks, when you're going to do those things. And so like that's what I want you to start looking at the week ahead, being prepared. I also suggest you like spend time getting your house organized, um, getting the laundry folded, doing all the chores that you don't want to do. And I love to save those sort of tasks that are kind of mindless, doing the dishes, folding laundry, that kind of stuff for the evening hours when, we're just sitting around watching football or, it's just kind of time that I don't need to use my brain. That's what I'm going to do in those evening hours from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Um, and so you start your week with the laundry caught up. You've got, your kitchen organized. You've got all your groceries, and know kind of what you're going to be doing for the morning. If you need to kind of prep a breakfast, overnight oats or something for the morning so that you can grab and go. I kind of set my things I'm going to take to work that day. I set those out in the fridge and I get them ready. Like this is what I'm just going to grab and go. I set my water bottles out. I set my electrolyte packets out. I get my, just everything ready so that it is going to be quick and easy for me in the morning so that I don't have to search for everything and stress out over everything. It's kind of all laid out and ready for me. Lunch boxes are out. They've been cleaned out. They've been washed out. Water bottles are cleaned and washed. And it doesn't take any time. This is like 5 minutes of time to set, the water bottles aren't full. They're just out and like in grabbing distance. I know where the tops are, the straws are. My son's lunch box is out. It's clean. It's got some of the stuff already put in it, the non-perishable, so I don't have to grab that stuff in the morning. And yeah, my little area of the fridge is set. This is my yogurt. This is my lunch. This is what I'm going to grab for part of my breakfast. So everything is ready and lined out so that it's easy for me to start my morning. If you have Sundays are a great time to kind of decompress. And that's a really great time to get a warm bath in, really just kind of ease in your evening and decompress a little bit. Get in bed early so that you can have a really good night's sleep. It's sometimes we tend to procrastinate and we want to stay up late watching, Netflix, and that's not going to serve you in the morning. So you need to utilize that Sunday evening. Like this is the night that I'm going to take a bath. If you have stuff going all week, I've been in those seasons of life where it is something every single night and you're not going to have that time to kind of unwind through the week. That's when you're going to use that Sunday night to take your nice warm bath, read a book, and kind of decompress and move into the week ahead. If your day is full of procrastination and then your Monday morning is going to start off behind. When your Monday morning starts off behind, you're crabby, you're pissed off, the day doesn't go well, and then your whole week's kind of a mess. But if you can set yourself up for success for the week on that Sunday by utilizing the time that we have, and I find that it makes me not so anxious going into the week because I know I'm prepared. Plus, sometimes I think we get the Sunday scaries because we have a lot of idle time. We're not as busy. So we're sitting around and we don't know what to do with ourselves. So if you can use your time wisely and do some of the task throughout the evening that kind of take up time, but yet set you up for success, but don't feel like a burden, your week is going to go so much easier. And it's just so much better for your week is if you start your Sunday off early and you get these tasks done early. There are many Sundays where I'm up at 7 or 8 ordering groceries because, last night we went out to dinner and we had an event in the evening, so we weren't home. So I made sure to get up, get my groceries ordered. I was able to pick them up by 1 o'clock today. In the meantime, I took the dog for a walk. We started laundry. Just kind of got my calendar set. I did all these things throughout the day to set myself up for success. And by the time the evening comes, I can kind of decompress. I'm a huge fan of you relaxing on a Sunday, taking the time to lay down, have a 20-minute power nap, rejuvenate yourself. It is still about being a restful day, but it's not about like vegging out on the couch for hours and hours, procrastinating on the task that you don't want to do, and then setting yourself up for failure the next day. It's just really, really important that you utilize the time that you have to set you up for the week, because the weeks are crazy. They're busy. We are working moms. There's not a lot of time. But if you are already set up, you can utilize that Sunday to really get you prepared for the week. And it has made those Sunday scaries not seem so bad. I'm not dreading things. I'm setting my week up well so that when Monday comes, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I don't feel so rushed in the morning. I can have a really good breakfast because I planned it the night before. I'm not grabbing a protein bar and running out the door like I used to for years. And so it's giving yourself this space to rest, but also do the things that are going to set yourself up for a great week. So, um, let me know if you implement any of these strategies, if they're helpful. If you want to hear more, I'm going to do a little bit more, a couple more episodes on my morning routine and my evening routine, because your morning starts the night before. And so you can kind of apply these strategies the Sunday night and then the morning and evening routines, which are a little, you got a little sneak preview of, but to really make your weeks thrive and know that um, you can be very, very productive, especially if you are a working mom that is out of the house for 8 to 10 hours a day. I kind of show you how we can set up not only a great Sunday for a good week, but also each and every day for a great week. So, if you found this podcast helpful, please share it with another high achieving working mom. If you have questions, please reach out to me. If you have suggestions on episodes, send me a DM on Instagram at Dr. Kim Sheppard. I would love to connect with you. And so please share this podcast with anybody you find that it's would be beneficial for. Share it on Instagram. I would love to connect with you. And until next week, I hope you guys have a great week and don't have the Sunday scaries.